Hello to my Virgos. All right, Virgos, the moon is in your sign. So let's get into it. Let's get into it. Let's see what's going on here. So hopefully everybody's having a good day. Sending lots of love and light your way. So let's get into the getting into. All right. So we're gonna do a 6-question spread here. Let's see what's going on. I radiate love and light. That's right. Continue radiating love and light. Let's get into your reading. So, where is Virgo being called to grow right now, Source? Where is Virgo being called to grow? Where is Virgo being called to grow right now, Source? In the area of communication. So, this is the Magician card and who you're linking up with. That's that, who you're linking up with. So, if you're radiating love and light and you're linked up with somebody who is about hatred and darkness, so this is like, that's going to contaminate you because you go along with the flow, right? So somebody could be linked up with somebody right like that right now. So what practical steps can Virgo take to support this growth of not, attaching yourself to people who are operating in hatred and darkness? Yeah. Yeah. Stop talking to two people who you don't really know what they're talking about. If you're asking somebody, will they start at the beginning because you want to gain clarity, and they either start arguing with you or they start using your words against you. Everything you say is being used against you, like you're in a court of law. So it's just like that's where you're going to stop. That's where you're going to stop right there in your personal and your professional life. That is where you are going to stop. When they just automatically start talking about fifth house, your romantic life, your creativity, your children, your projects, fun, self-expression, hobbies, what makes you feel good, and it just seemed like everything turns into an argument. So it's like that is where you can be linked up with somebody right now, be a family member, friend, whomever. That's where you're saying, you know what, in order for me to move on, because I'm not going to try to keep reliving the past, but something here for you is like somebody is using somebody's words against them, and it's like I said, it's coming back to bite somebody. It's coming back to bite somebody where somebody's just on repeat. So somebody could be in a romantic, somebody could be in a karmic relationship with somebody where you're like hearing your words being repeated back to you like you're like a parakeet. That's what I'm hearing, like somebody has just trained to say certain things. They're programmed because it's just like exhausting. Okay, just tell me what to say. Just tell me what to say. I don't even know what to say. Just tell me what to say. So something is off. Something is off. Somebody's not being honest about something you're hearing in terms of how somebody communicates. They're hearing something on repeat. It's almost like somebody saying to you, constantly about your manager at work, they're a good manager, they're a good manager, they're a good manager, they're a good manager. Like, okay, if I say it too many times, they're going to magically turn into a good manager, right? Source is saying to you, that is a form of spell work, especially if your experience with them has not been that. Your feelings about whatever is valid. If your experience with people have not been that, if your manager or whoever has not been a good experience, so it's just like, okay, that's your, you know. Here we have the Ace of Pentacles here. Yeah, and a lot of people can relate to that. It's almost like somebody's being, beat into submission or yelled at into submission. Like, okay, we got to get our script together. We all got to get our story straight, right? Okay, so you're working in a place and you're hearing everybody let's say you're working at a front office desk, whatever, and everybody's like, oh no, the manager, good manager, they're really, really good manager, they're a good manager, they're a good manager. But to you, they talk to you a different kind of way. So it's like, okay, your feelings are just as valid as everybody's sitting there programmed. So there you go. There's Ace of Pentacles here. So what practical step can Virgo take to support this growth of like not being in a karmic relationship with somebody who is, you can tell it's affecting other people and just how they talk, how they talk. something that could have happened traumatic, could have helped, played tricks on somebody's mind. Yeah. So here we have the Eight of Swords here. Eight of Swords here. So somebody's connected to two dark magicians. You're somehow linked in with some dark magician energy and trying to do some kind of destiny swap is happening here. So somebody's gonna be walking away from something. Finally walking away is just saying in hindsight, I wish I had just walked away from something a lot sooner. Because somebody for sure is whoever that's connected to you, this could be a loved one, is hearing something on repeat. And you're trying to figure out like, okay, like they're it like the hook of a song. They hooked on saying something. Like if you don't say something, see this blood on the back of this card, something is going to happen to you. Something, if you don't say this, something is going to happen to you. So somebody is just on repeat, right? An emperor and Aries has something to do with something. An Aries moon, an Aries sun and an Aries moon has something to do with something, having to do with a loved one who is just on repeat. It's like somebody just pressed a button and they just they programmed. They programmed to say something. So, and an Aries and a Aries sun and an Aries moon has something to do with it. Somebody wish they had just walked away from something. Wish they had just never, yeah, something having to do with church or religious ceremony or something like that, like a hook of something. Yeah. So an Aries involved in something. This is the Four of Wands here. Aries involved in something. Somebody feels like something is their way to the highway. But what you have in common with energies is no matter how much people are programmed, your feelings are valid. So whatever you got to say is your feelings are valid. Okay, that's the end of that. So that's going to alleviate some of the pain off of whoever's was threatened, because that's what this is on five. Of whoever's being bullied and trying to win something at all costs. That's going to take the stress off of you because your words are just as valid as anybody else's. Yeah, your words are just as valid as anyone else's. So you know your worth, you know your value, and so does other people. That's what you have in common with energies. That people have been trying to do some kind of a destiny swap, right? So again, source is saying to you, somebody has you. You could be in a relationship with somebody right now who wants to give this appearance that everything is perfect in terms of family is concerned. So you got somebody that's also just like a button has been pressed, or like somebody put a quarter in somebody's back and said, "Okay, say this," and if you don't say this, but it doesn't really matter because this right here is like money in the bank. This is what you and somebody have in common. Somebody has some physical evidence that somebody is being programmed. So that's that. So by somebody's family. We got to give the appearance that we're a perfect family. Everybody's smiling and having a good time, but not with something that you have. Not with something that you had. Somebody's family loves to play games, but you have some physical evidence of something. So family could be work family or professional family. Yeah. So what you also have in common is that people have called you a garden tool, right? Because you're free spirited. People have said that you turn your back on people when you're trying to expand. That's what you have in common also. So looks like you and somebody who people were trying to pit against each other, were trying to do some kind of destiny swap again, have a lot in common, with whomever you may have had a child with. Right? Same thing. Y'all have the literal same thing. That's what connects you and somebody is y'all have the same exact situation going on where somebody is being bullied in a situation where they start at the midpoint of a story, but they don't ever give you the beginning because they've been programmed. Like, okay, if you don't say this, this is what's going to happen to you. And blood has already been shed already. You don't know where it's coming from, but that is the question that's going to be answered. That's the question that's going to be answered. So before everybody start jumping to conclusions about some stuff about this and that, and this person need to go to jail, and this person need to be, restrained, and this person needs to be doing that, somebody need to start praying, prayer warrior, because that's all some people can see. Oh, this person, they need to be in jail. They need to be. And sources saying in hindsight, somebody gonna wish they had walked away. You and somebody gonna wish you had walked away. That's the whole importance of talking about things, trying to get to the root of something, talking to people and not around people, because everybody got something, some hardcore evidence of something. And if people are not talking to people, once that gavel goes down, bang, the decision is already made. So somehow, some kind of looking at your cards here, so it says it's time to make a judgment. It's time to make a judgment call, make a decision about something. Because somebody is either not in a partnership with somebody, they feel like they're in a partnership, they think they're in a partnership, but they're really not, whoever this is, but they're really not in a partnership. And a lot of stuff is about to come out about a lot of people, about people cloaking and lying behind people's backs, people pretending to be other people they're not in court. A whole bunch of proof is coming out about some stuff. So, and people are just waiting to pounce. You got people sitting back there just waiting to pounce. They want to pounce on this, pounce on that. But what they don't see is somebody waiting to pounce on them too. So, yep, like I said, court. Somebody basically telling somebody what to say. This is somebody telling somebody what to say in court. This energy right here won't have to say a word. They won't have to say one word. They already being prepped and bullied right now. You need to say this, you need to say that, or this going to happen to you, or that's going to happen. If it's going up against somebody's ex, they won't need to say anything in court because somebody got something physical. They don't need to say a word. You don't have to say anything. You got something. You got proof. You don't have to say one word. You got proof. So that's going to alleviate the pain off of somebody right there. So yeah, everybody's talking about expansion, taking a leap of faith, but some people they got to be almost blowtorched off the thing, like taking a leap of fear. So because people think people bluffing, so it's the same. Looking at the cards here, people like to play games, and somebody is tired of these karmic couples. Just bottom line, somebody's tired of karmic couples. People who look down on people, or people who think they're better than, or people who looking up to people, treating them like they're gods. People are like, okay, everybody has something to bring to the table, whether it's in your personal or your professional life. And that's what source is saying. But people are being, using people's words against them like it's a court of law. Like, okay, well, they said this and they said that and they said this and they said that. And somebody is in the middle, like this energy right here. Somebody is in the middle and they're not happy at all. Headaches galore. Scared. I mean, just scared. In survival mode. Anything they say is somebody gonna pounce on this or pounce on that like a lion. All that's about to come to an end. It's about to come to an end. Just like somebody was trying to end somebody's music career. That's going to come to it. All that's coming to an end. Somebody was trying to end somebody's harmonious relationships with people and end their music career. That came to an end. People wish they had walked away then. Somebody going to wish they going to walked away this time. Everybody, so I gotta find out what it is. But one thing, when you go step to them doors and you already hired somebody, this is what this is right here. You already hired somebody, you step to them doors and you stand at them tables on opposing sides. The decision, the judge makes the decision after that. And so everybody got something. Everybody got something they can play judge, jury, and executioner for. And something is very serious. When you talk about Eight of Swords, that's like literally changing someone's life. And if you start at Five of Swords, where people are talking about just in a talking stage, is looking at the cards, talking about, well, you got to say this, you got to say that. They won't. I'm telling you, this energy, Five of Swords won't need to say one word. They won't need to say one word. Five of Swords speaks to Aquarius. It's not necessarily an Aquarius. It could be Aquarius rules the 11th house. But yeah, Eight of Swords is Gemini. You know, looking at the cards here, somebody either recorded something or said something, and so somebody's using someone's words against them. It doesn't really matter because somebody has something physical. Somebody could play all the recordings and videos and this and that, but somebody else has something in the physical. Somebody else has some physical stuff too. To come back and say, okay, this energy is lying. Here's the proof. Because right now, people are just in something to win something. You have a Leo that's involved in something, that's on stage, just want, with another Leo backing them up. There's an Aries here, basically like, okay, well, we got everybody's back, but this Ace of Pentacles right here. Yep, this Ace of Pentacles right here, meaning that somebody has something in the physical that speaks to second house, that speaks to sixth house, and also speaks to 10th house. It speaks to all of it. So looking at the cards here, that's where the big money is. This is where the big investment has been made. Something has been made. So somebody has already tried to stop someone. Like I said, stop someone's 10 of cups here by sitting around the table. A Pisces is involved in something. Yeah. But somebody keep thinking that people are meek as a lamb, because people let God fight their battles. Let God fight their battles. So because people are skipping a step, right? You got before 5 of swords, you got 4, 3, 2, 1. That's Ace of Swords, right? And then in between here, you got 5 and yeah, somebody's definitely trying to force somebody to go through a rebirth. 5 and 8 is 13. Somebody's definitely trying to cause somebody to go through some kind of a rebirth, like force a person to go through a rebirth, like basically saying it's their way or the highway. And that's what you and somebody have in common. Is like when you're dealing with a person that's going to force you to be something, like if you're not going to just go with the program, because that's what this is, program. If you don't go with the programming, then I'm gonna do something to you. So it's like sometimes, again, when we talk about this prayer warrior, you're gonna have to pray. You're gonna have to make a decision. You're gonna have to pick a side. In other words, you're gonna have to pick a side because judgment is coming down either way. Somebody made some kind of an impulsive move, and whoever these two energies are, judgment is coming down anyway. So basically, so it's saying somebody better pick a side, know your worth and know your value. So it's already happening. So if we talk about work family and you got somebody on your job that's basically like, well, they've been programmed to say, well, no, it wasn't that bad. And remember you said, so try to use your words against you. Remember, I thought you said that the manager was, they were X, Y, and Z. I thought you said, that time that you sent the email and you was like, oh, we had such a great time and we talked. I'm glad we had this conversation, because they've been programmed to say it. They've been programmed to say it. They're afraid judgment is going to come down them if they don't say something. Something could happen. And what's restricted could be like they could go from being able to telework to now they have to physically come into the office. Some kind of retaliation is happening here. So somebody basically like, if you don't say this, they basically threatening somebody and say, this is the retaliation. This is going to happen if you don't say such and such. And this is two people doing this. Here with perseverance right here. You have the powers within yourself to conquer any challenge and come out stronger on the other side. Trust in your resilience and your ability to persevere. Everything is here. Embrace the spiritual belief that everything already exists in the here and now. Live in the present moment and be grateful for what you have. Be grateful for what you have. Life source. When life comes to a standstill, turn inward and focus on joy and excitement. Your inner light keeps everything alive and moving. Yep, alive and moving. So miracles in the dark. In the darkest moments, it's easy to feel lost and alone. When you stay focused on the light, you'll receive blessings beyond your wildest dreams. Yes, stay focused on the light. This could be somebody's work family. I mean, it could be either or, because we're looking at the scales of justice here. That could be your personal and professional life, but I'm picking up on somebody's job. Like basically people just being programmed. I thought you said this in an email. I thought you said such and such. While all of a sudden, you trying to cause bring problems to the department or whatever. Your words are valid. Or even in a family. Why all of a sudden I thought you said this and I thought you said that. Your words are valid. Your words are valid. So Knight of Wands here. Yeah, somebody is saying that somebody's talking about you behind your back, saying that you are this very lustful spirit, whoever you are. You could be a man or woman, doesn't really matter. But this is what's being said behind you and someone else's back, that you're a very lustful spirit, and that's who you hang out with. So that's what I'm saying. Everybody's under judgment. And the person who's saying it, like I said before, somebody that you thought you would be compassionate towards you, just like everybody else. Somebody's calling somebody a garden tool. So again, it's just like somebody that you thought would be compassionate, but somebody who you must have made cry, or they made you cry in some way, shape, form, or fashion. So yeah, by talking to somebody, some kind of talking to um, somebody, maybe as if they weren't there, like like somebody had tossed a sheet over the mirror, like they're not coming back. They can't come back in any way, shape, form, or fashion. Here's the Two of Wands here. Yeah, so um, yeah, so somebody said an Aries, two Aries separated people. And somebody's just really just getting tired of being talked to any kind of way. Like talked to like literally they have already been unalive. Like the only thing that needs to do is, 6 feet under. Two people are just sick and tired of being talked to, any kind of way. So sources saying, and that's something that you can relate to. So you're initiating some kind of conversation or change or something. You're initiating. You're not just sitting back this time. You're in divine masculine energy at this point. Somebody is trying to get structured and initiating some kind of conversation, and you'll be glad you did, because you would have wished you walked away a lot sooner. You and somebody would have walked away from something a lot sooner. So let's see, and let's close it out. 222. I am balanced. That's right. So trust that the seeds of your thoughts are growing as you are nourishing them with words, feelings, and action. Yeah. Too many people are taking too many compulsive actions towards stuff and don't know a full story about anything. And that's what this is. Using people's words to get, oh, let's record this and make sure we get this. Just becoming strictly familiar and don't know a full story about something. So that's what I'm looking at here, in the card. So it's saying you and somebody don't know a full truth about something, just like somebody don't know the full truth about you and somebody else. And when people start jumping to conclusions about things, it messes everything up. Everybody end up having a tower moment, and that's what this is here. That's what I'm saying for you. Right. All right. Bye.